Hey guys, welcome to episode number 82 of OG Toys. I'm OG. Today we're continuing our look at some of my favorite Green Lantern figures from DC Direct. We just reviewed Hal Jordan. We did two versions of Hal Jordan, a little older version and a newer, more current one that was released in the Blackest Night series, and they're both awesome figures. But today we're moving on to Sinestro. Sinestro, awesome character. He does have a love-hate relationship with Hal Jordan, mostly hate and distrust, and I'm gonna kill you kind of relationship. But they produce some awesome figures. And if you're reading the new 52, the Green Lantern 52, man, is it changed. It's really interesting dynamic they got going on in the series. Hal Jordan has lost his power ring. He's been stripped of it from the Guardians, and they've appointed Green Lantern Sinestro. He's back in the Corps. Now, what's interesting is Sinestro needs Hal Jordan's help. So he crafts him a power ring. And while Hal Jordan just wants to have a normal life, try and date and try and, have Carol Ferris back in his life, unfortunately, Sinestro kind of plucks him out of there, ruins his relationship with Carol, and forces him back into the fold of action, crafts a power ring, and basically has control over that power ring. He can turn it on, turn it off, and just manipulate Hal Jordan to being a hero again. But it has some dire consequences. Now, that's all I'm going to say. I hope you guys are reading that comics. It's definitely one of my favorite comics I love. Looking forward to every month, and it's definitely hasn't disappointed. But let's get on to reviewing these two guys. So, Sinestro, we got him here in his Sinestro Corps outfit, and at the time, I thought this figure was awesome. He looked very cool and very reminiscent of the artist at the time, and I'm probably going to butcher his name. I think Ivan von Schneider or Van Schneider, something like that. Very cool looking art produced by that guy. But this figure, again, he just looks like he jumped off the pages. That head sculpt captured to a T the way that artist drew the Sinestro here, and it kind of looks a little odd now when you look at it. We've been exposed to this Sinestro, the Green Lantern Sinestro from the Green Lantern movie with Ryan Reynolds. And this head is just, it reminds you of the leader's head from the Hulk. It just has this huge purple melon here. It's like an eggplant. But it's nicely sculpted. He definitely looks imposing. He looks evil. He looks like a guy you don't want to mess with. He even has his power ring on. So that's cool. I like the way they sculpted that in. Now the figure's articulation is pretty standard. DC Direct, you got your ball jointed head, have a decent range of movement, and a little bit of side action there as well. And you have ball joint at the shoulder, no cut in the biceps. It would have been easy to put a little cut underneath that band around his arm, but they didn't. He does have a standard pin, elbow, and 360 on the wrist as well. No ab or waist articulation. T standard T crotch, about as far as you're going to get that leg to raise. You got a pin at the knee and no articulation below that. He does have his trusty yellow lantern as well, and it's securely fastened into his hand. It does come out. You just pop the lantern right off, slide that out, and you can have him without his lantern. Now he does, at the time, he did not come with this Sinestro Corps stand, unfortunately. He just came with a regular Green Lantern stand, and I swapped it out with one of these, just because on my display, I pretty much like to have each of the tribes with a corresponding display stands. Just looks cooler. But unfortunately, it doesn't stay in too well, like he will stay in, but it's a little loose because I guess the peg on his foot was meant for a different size stand, but it does the trick and you can pop it out anywhere, so that's fine. Now, I've noticed, of course, if you see my reviews, that skin tones, this one here actually has a very interesting skin tone. The plastic that they used to mold it, it's not too bad. It's not too starkly just painted on. It actually has a really nice textured look. There's a lot of detail in his head. A lot of veins, a lot of like scars and scratches, so this guy's been through some wars. And he just has that crazy looking haircut. And his little stash. His little French mustache going on. But still a pretty cool looking figure for its time, but compared to the newest version of Sinestro, it kind of falls by the wayside, because this here is one of my top 5 favorite DC Direct figures for sure. And if you've seen some of my other videos, I got about 200 DC Direct guys. And it's hard to try and display everybody, but he's been on my shelf since I first purchased him, and he ain't going anywhere. This is an awesome version of Sinestro. Take a look at that face. Definitely captures the evil. Well, he doesn't think he's evil. He thinks he's just misunderstood, but he definitely captures that look of the character. Beautiful. He's got the raised eyebrows, the pointed ears. The hair just looks awesome. You can see all the individual lines here that correspond. He's got his little mustache. He's got his black eyes with his little tiny yellow pupils. The costume itself is, like I said, based right off of the 52, the new revamped version of Green Lantern Sinestro, and it's just so freaking well done. No smudges, no obscene paint lines. He looks fantastic. Now, his lantern does come out pretty easily. It just slides right in, and you can grasp onto that, no problem. He does have his power ring, of course, on his finger. Now for articulation, this guy has your standard DC Direct articulation again. Does have the ball jointed head, ball joint at the shoulder, and he also has a bicep cut, a pin at the elbow, 360 on the wrist, no ab, no waist, T-crotch again, pin at the elbow, and 360 at the boots. Of course, basic articulation, but it's the sculpt, what just looks awesome. Man, they did such a good job in this figure. If you haven't picked this figure up yet, and you're into Green Lantern, you're making a colossal mistake not getting it, because this guy is definitely hard to find. I've only seen him when I first got the figure last year, and that's pretty much the only time I've seen it. My comic shop sold out of that series and assortment really quick, and I was lucky to do a pre-order for it. I'm sure you can pick them up on eBay. I'm not sure. I don't follow eBay too often. I'm sure you can pick them up there, but it's probably going to be a bit more expensive for sure. Between the two Sinestros, of course, it's cool to have two different versions of them, especially the Yellow Lantern representing the Sinestro Corps. It's awesome. It fits in well with my other Sinestro Corps figures. But this, totally running with the times. It looks awesome in the new costume. The sculpt is perfect for this figure. And they're two different eras of the same character, so you gotta have both in your collection, if you ask me. Very cool. We got some more Green Lantern reviews, some more DC Direct stuff, and Lego, Hero Factory, Star Wars, whole bunch of stuff coming up. So you might as well just subscribe to my channel, so you don't want to miss any of the episodes. Stay tuned, guys. Rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Take care.